I'm Zach Peters.
And my name is Silas Antonio.
And this is the Berkeley Podcast.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Berkeley Podcast. I'm Silas Antonio and today joining me is
Johnny Isaac, also part of the Berkeley Podcast.
And today we've got a very special guest on to the podcast and he's a Berkeley member of the school. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
I'm Mr. Cohen.
Okay, so this is our Day in the Life series where we ask Sir how he is during the day in Berkeley. So my very first question, what's your favorite thing about the school, sir?
Without a doubt, it's the people. Not just the staff, and by that I mean all staff, academic, admin, maintenance, housekeeping, and especially the learners. I think we've got fantastic learners here, and our parent body is amazing as well. So for me, that is what makes the school really, really good.
And sir, is there anything specific about how this school, Berkeley High School, is unique to all the other schools?
I think it's extremely friendly. I've taught at a number of schools, and this is the friendliest and the most caring school that I've ever taught in. I think that the staff really, really go the extra mile to help the learners. I know we've had learners come from other schools to Berkeley, and they are absolutely amazed at how they are treated and the way our teachers interact with it. I think it makes us really unique.
And for our viewers that are watching, sir, what is the idea that I have of you? And for our learners, what is your position at our school, sir?
I used to be the academic head of the school, deputy principal. I've now just retired, so I'm staying on until the end of the year just to help with the transition and to help Mrs. Jahura, who's taking over as academic head, find her feet and get to know the various systems that we use at the school.
Yes, sir. And another point that I wanted to ask is, everyone knows you as the teacher that creates the exam timetables for us. Can you just tell us a little bit of how stressful that could be onto you in making that and the decisions that you make throughout making the exam timetables for us?
It is quite stressful. One of the big problems is to try and fit all our subjects into the times that the department give us. They tell us how long we can have to run our exams, and it doesn't really work for a school like us because we've got so many subjects. We've got anywhere from 22 to 24 subjects, and they never give us enough days. I've got to look at balancing the teacher's mark load and the learner's study load. Yes. So I've got to try and find a timetable that is good for both of them. And that's not easy. So normally I will start with the matrics. I will work out their timetable, and then I will cascade it down to the other grades, and I will try and make sure that each department at the school is getting marking in continuously and that it's staggered, and that the learners that are doing various subjects also hopefully don't write everything on top of each other. I try to keep the number of days where they write 2 exams a day down to the minimum. I don't like writing 2 exams a day.
Yes,
the department have no problem with it, and as I say, they don't give us enough days. So that's always something that is something I struggle with quite a bit.
So is there any specific reason that you would say is why a certain grade will start with a certain subject and other grades start with another subject? Is there like any reason why it's sort of planned out like that, different for each grade?
It is, because what I would do is I would look at the number of students that are doing an elective. So the really big electives that have essays that take a long time to mark, etc., those need to write as early as possible. And they normally have 2 papers. So you need to get that marking in so that the teachers can have time to actually mark it. So normally I would try and put a content subject after a weekend, for instance. Or I would put a content subject after a paper like English paper 1 or Afrikaans paper 1, because there's very little studying to do. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's very smart and ethical. Okay, so without anything much being said, I'm going to pass over to Rania.
So, what would you say is a typical day, since we know you're a very busy man as of late? So walk us through what's it like in your office, what have you been doing, such as that.
I don't really have a typical day. When I was the academic head, it's obviously very, very busy. I would normally get to school at about 7:15. And then we normally have a meeting before school. I used to work out the substitutions for the register classes when teachers were absent. So I would work all of that out, and then it would be into the day. There are a lot of management meetings that I was part of, and teaching. I teach a number of classes, and also I have meetings with all the subject heads at the school. So that creates a really, really busy timetable. But obviously during exams it's a lot busier, especially running the matric exams and the matric final exams. That takes up a lot of preparation and a lot of time to do that.
So you've seen many students come into your office either asking maybe to switch subjects or just asking for advice what to do. So what would Sir say that you notice the most in each year new students coming? What you notice most about new students, sir?
About the new students at the school?
Yeah.
What always amazes me about our students is what I mentioned earlier. I think we have incredible students at the school. There are a lot of students who get really, really involved in the school, and that's great. And there's such a variety. And I'm always very impressed when I speak to the students at the school at the actual insight that they have. And when you sit and chat to them, the things that they are doing outside of school, that unless you speak to them, you don't know. It's absolutely amazing what they are involved in.
Yeah. So their personalities goes beyond the school.
Yes.
That's good.
So of course, no journeys without bumps in the road or challenges. What has been the toughest part of being such a pivotal influence in the academics of the school and the overall school life here?
I think the hardest thing is there's a lot of stress, because as a head of academics, there's a lot of pressure on you to maintain the standards and improve the standards. So in the last few years, we've improved our matric results every year, and our results are actually quite excellent now. And it takes a lot of time as well. The time commitment is huge. My normal day would never be less than 11 hours. I often work 12 hours a day at the school. And if there are meetings at night, etc., then you can be here for 15, 16 hours in a day. So I think the time commitment and the pressure that is on you is what makes it quite difficult.
So you must have, so since you've been here for so long and became such a pivotal part of everybody's school experience, I'd say, what is a fond, a funny memory that Sir has of the school so far?
Well, I remember a meeting with Mr. Price. It was after a weekend, and a lot of the copper fixtures at the school had been stolen. And we had put in cameras that are motion activated. So Mr. Price was upset because he looked at the cameras and they didn't pick anyone up. All they picked up was a cat. So he said to me, he said, we spent all this money and the cameras don't even work. And I said, no, Mr. Price, they're working perfectly. It was a cat burglar.
Oh,
Because I expected a normal burglar, but a cat woman instead.
we should be glad that we had a cat burglar instead of a real burglar then, sir. Eh?
So that was a very funny story that Sir would say is one of Sir's funniest moments. So what is the most proudest moment you think in your whole teaching career as a teacher?
I think as a teacher, you are always proud of what the learners who you taught do accomplish after they leave school. So there are many. A lot of the learners I've taught and that I've interacted with have gone on to do amazing things, and that makes you feel very proud. I know I did get the school involved with ISAM 360, and a number of our learners have gone overseas to America and qualified. I think at the moment we've got 6 learners that are currently studying in America. So I'm quite proud of that. A lot of the systems that have been put into the school, especially to do with academics, are ones that I've instituted. So I'm quite proud of that and how quite a few of them have worked quite well.
Thank you, sir. So now I'll be passing it back over to Silas for more information.
So my next question was, because I'm very interested, if you hadn't become the academic deputy principal of Berkfield High School, what would you have done in your life instead?
I'm not 100% sure, but I love being creative. I love writing and doing creative things. So possibly something in that field. I haven't only taught. I did work at Standard Bank head office in Joburg for a while because I've got 2 degrees in history, and they've got one of the best archives actually in the country there. So I worked in the head office in their archives for a while, which was very interesting. I've also been a partner in a steers, and I've been a partner in a pie shop. So I've done quite a few things, but teaching was always something that I really enjoyed, and that I think I'm good at and passionate about. So I've always come back to it.
So I wouldn't want to see your CV. I feel like it'd be too long, sir. So my next question is retirement. So we want to talk about retirement, sir. We know that you're retiring from Berkfield High School, and we want to honor you as well. But I want to know, what is your next step after retiring? Because it's a big chapter that you're going to move on into your life. And what do you have in mind?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to stop working. I want to carry on because I don't feel that I'm old enough to stop working yet. But I definitely will have more time to pursue the things that I'm interested in. As I said, I like creative things, so I think I would like to get involved in doing things that are more creative. And also just less stress and being able to just relax and have a bit more time for myself as well. I'm looking forward to that.
Maybe sir could open a bakery, sir.
Maybe.
So earlier you spoke about how it was a privilege to see your students succeed, and was one of the things that you're most proud of as being a teacher. So, as we're all students here, what's one piece of advice that you can give to us, sir, as you're leaving? One piece of advice, it can be positive, it can be a word of encouragement, anything so that suits you.
I think always be true to yourself and who you are. Stick to your values and what you believe in. Even if other people give you a hard time for it, because it's your core values and they're important. And I think also treat people with respect and with dignity and be kind to them. It costs nothing to smile at someone, and to be kind to them and help them if they need it. That's something that everyone can do and I think should do.
So that speaks a lot about you, sir. So on the behalf of all of us, Berkeley, we thank you. We thank you for your guidance, your patience, and the countless hours you've poured into the school. Your legacy isn't just in the timetables or in the meetings, or all the students who felt seen, the staff who felt supported, and the school that thrived because of you. So we wish nothing but peace, joy, and plenty of well-deserved rest in your retirement, sir. Do you want to speak about who you're going to pass on your legacy on for the school once again? Just touch on it.
Well, Ms. Jahura is taking over as the academic head. I've been involved in so many things in the school, and a lot of the things that I've done, they've now divided up and given to various different people. So there are a lot of different people in the school that will be dealing with things that I have run or have helped run during the years I've been here.
It just shows how much of like a point, sir, is that multiple people have to do a job, sir. One person did by himself.
Okay, but off topic, sir, what you going to miss the most about Berkeley High School after retiring?
Well, as I said to you, for me, what I really like about the school is the people. And as I said, it's the staff, it's the learners like yourself, Rania. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss that interaction and seeing them every day and interacting with them. That's what I will miss.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So you've been a very special guest. We're so happy that you're here with us. I hope nothing but joy and peace in your next adventure in your life, your next chapter in your retirement. Wherever you find yourself, wherever you find your future, I just hope that you're going to be happy and satisfied where you are. And I know that it doesn't end here. This is an open book that you're reading it for us. So thank you so much. It's been Silas Antonio.
And Ronnie Bissell.
And this has been the Day in the Life series with
Mr. Cohen. And I want to say as well that it's actually been my privilege to serve at Berkeley High School.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much for your service, sir. Signing out.